Hello everyone, this is Nikila from the Yarn Artisan store. Welcome back to my channel. As you can see, today I'm going to make this beautiful earring, which I'm calling the silver leaves earring. For making these earrings, you will need 1 mm Macrame cords. You'll need 3 cords in silver and 2 cords in gold. For the silver cords, you need a length of about 80 centimeters or about 30 inches. And for the gold cords, you need about 50 centimeters. Each cord in the gold is 50 centimeters and each cord in the silver is about 80 centimeters. Apart from those, you need a hook. You need 7 3 mm silver beads, 2 8 mm green color or any other color beads. Then to finish up, you need scissors and a lighter. So let's begin. To start, thread one of the silver cords through the loop in the hook. Find the ends, even it out. So as you can see in this earring, we're going to be working top down. So pin this securely. Now on each of these 2 cords, I am going to be casting on the other 2 silver cords using a reverse lark's head knot. And I'm making it snug against the hook. Now on this side, another cord cast on by the reverse lark's head knot. If you are an absolute beginner and would like to know more about the lark's head knot, I suggest you watch this video. And once I have both the cords, I am going to finish that row by using a couple of half hitches. So that forms a small loop there. Next row, I'm going to do a row of half hitches on both sides using this outermost silver cord as my holding cord and the other 2 cords as my working cords. Similarly on this side, I'm using the outermost silver cord as the holding cord. I'm just going to finish off this row by placing the final knot here, another double half hitch. So now we have 3 cords on either side, and we're going to introduce the gold cords. We're introducing them by using the vertical double half hitch. Again, to know more about the double half hitch, I suggest you watch this tutorial video. I explain everything completely, maybe more clearly there. So I've taken one of the gold cords and I'm attaching it to one side of the earring through vertical double half hitches. Okay. I'm going to repeat the same thing using this other gold cord on the other side. Once I finish, I will meet you. I've completed both sides and I'm going to finish off by putting a double half hitch to secure both these gold cords. Next step, I'm going to take this outermost silver cord I'm going to do a row of double half hitches along this side using the other 3 cords as my working cords. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side as well. Now I've completed the row of double half hitches on both sides, and I'm going to complete by securing these final 2 cords, the 2 holding cords, in the center. There. Now I'm going to repeat the same step 2 more times by using the outermost silver cord. That will be the next step, and then in the next step I'll be using this cord. And I'll be doing the same thing on the other side. So at the end I will get these 3 rows of half hitches. Once I have them, I shall meet you. Okay, so we have completed 3 rows of half hitches on both sides. The next thing is to add beads. So the 2 center cords that I have right here, these are the ends. I'm going to add 1 green bead onto them. Now the 2 silver cords on either side of the bead will be used to sort of frame the bead and secure it in place. To do that, I'm putting a row of half hitches in the opposite directions, one in each direction, so that I am able to form the lark's head knot onto the holding cord here. So getting this cord under my holding cord, and I'm doing a half hitch, and I'm tightening this, then moving this to the opposite direction and shifting the holding cord to my other hand. I'm going to once again do a half hitch, in this way I have done 6 knots, one on either side, flipping the cords from my right hand to my left hand and back again. I have done a total of 6 knots on this side, and as you can see, it is almost completely framing the bead. That's what I need for this side as well. So this is my holding cord, this is going to be my working cord. I'm having my working cord in my left hand. So a half hitch. Now I'm going to shift the cords from my right hand to my left hand and vice versa. And then with my right hand, I'm going to do another half hitch. Then shift it again, right hand to left hand. Now use my left hand to do a half hitch. So as you can see, the holding cord remains the same. This is always my holding cord, irrespective of which hand I hold it in. And this is always my working cord. So even though I shift the cords from my right to left, the working cord remains the same. And that makes 6. Now if I push the bead to the top snugly and bring these two together, and these two, which are lying at right angles, are the working cords. So I'm not going to disturb them. I'm just going to use the 2 holding cords that I used for that. Bring it close to these 2 cords with which I threaded the bead, and here I'm going to do a double half hitch. And again on this side, that is the holding cord, and with this cord through which the bead has been threaded through, doing a double half hitch. So there, we have framed the bead using Macrame. We have these 2 gold cords to use up. So I am going to use these silver beads and frame the bead once again. So I have threaded a silver bead, now I'm going to do a simple overhand knot. And I'm going to push the knot right against the bead, as close to it as I can, to keep the bead snug in its place. It's just a simple overhand knot. I'm going to thread one more bead. I'm going to do the same thing, overhand knot, and then push it as close to the bead as possible. So once I have all 3 beads there, I'm going to use this gold cord as my holding cord and continue doing double half hitches with these cords here. And that completes this side. Now I'm going to repeat the same thing with this gold cord on that side as well. Okay, so I have completed the other side as well. I just need to fasten the center 2 cords. That finishes that row. What we have done is so far, that is all that we have done, and I'm going to do 3 more rows of double half hitches on both sides. Now I've completed 4 rows of double half hitches, and now we are ready to do the leaves, the 2 sides. Now to make these leaves, we have to add just 1 more silver cord for each leaf. So we'll be adding 1 cord for this leaf and 1 cord for this leaf. Each of these cords will measure a total of about 50 centimeters. So to begin with, I'm going to use the gold cord as my holding cord and the silver cord right next to it as my working cord. And I'm going to do 1 half hitch on this side, then I'm going to flip hands and I'm going to do 1 half hitch on this side. So what that does is, instead of the cords facing in this direction like these other ones are, this one is facing down now, and we need this to make the leaves. Okay, now taking the new piece of cord, which we have measured about 50 centimeters, excuse me, and I am going to attach that using a reverse lark's head knot to the gold cord here. So I'm attaching the silver cord with the reverse lark's head knot, and to increase the width a little bit, I'm going to do a half hitch using each of these cords. So this is the first one. I'm going to do a half hitch on this side, and with this cord I'm going to do a half hitch on this side. So that increases the width a little bit. There. That is what I've done on this side as well. So now we have 3 cords falling down and 2 cords falling diagonally away. Now we can start making the leaves. This cord is going to be my holding cord for the next row. So using that as my holding cord, I'm going to do a row of half hitches. If you have seen my Earthen Bounty necklace tutorial, you will see this is the way I made the leaves in that as well. So very similar way, I'm using this outermost, the central cord as my holding cord, and I'm going to do a row of double half hitches from right to left. Finally, I'm using the gold cord to do the double half hitch. Right. Push these things away. Now I'm going to let this cord go for now. I'm going to take the next cord and do a row of double half hitches from right to left. I'm going to let this one go. Let the gold one go. And this will be my last row. I have 2 more working cords here. Right. So if you can imagine, this is 1/2 of the leaf. Now I'm going to be reversing directions and completing the other half of the leaf now. And that completes that leaf. Now I'm going to repeat this on this side as well to get the other leaf done. Once that is complete, I'll see you again. The 2 leaves are now done, and I need to work this portion of the earring now. So for doing that, I am just going to keep aside all the cords that I will need for doing that, and I'm going to snip off and flame and finish off all the other cords, because there's this huge bunch here and it's apt to get confusing if I don't do that right away. So I'm going to remove the 2 end cords on this side, 2 end cords on this side. The 2 gold cords I will keep, and I'm keeping the next 2 cords. The first 2 cords I have removed, I'm going to remove. The next 2 cords I'm going to keep. Similarly, the first 2 cords I'm going to remove, the next 2 cords I'm going to keep. That leaves these 2 cords. So I have to remove 2, 2 and 2. But now I've trimmed and finished the other ends, and I'm left with the 2 gold cords and 4 of these silver cords here. I'm going to start with the gold cords and do alternating overhand knots. For a total of 6 times. This is 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now I'm going to thread another bead through the 2 gold cords here. Now let that be in place. Now I'm going to use the silver cords to sort of form a frame around the bead like I did there. 9. Oh, okay. I only need to do a total of 9 knots, not 10. Then I'm going to do double half hitches with that gold cord there. I had asked you to use about 50 centimeters of the gold cord, and as you can see, it is almost correct for me. So if you feel that this is a little on the stingy side, by all means take more. Take more length for the gold cord. If you want to take this entire 70 centimeters, as I did for the silver cord, that is also fine. But I'm able to manage it, so I'm happy. I'm fine with that. I'm going to do the same thing on this side as well. Now we can finish off that row right there. Alright. To finish this off, I'm going to use this final silver bead, and I'm going to thread it through both these silver cords. So I have the bead there. Now to just finish off, I'm going to do just one set of alternating overhand knots. So right over left, left over right. Tighten it, and that is the end. So all I have to do is trim off these excesses and flame the ends, and we'll have the earring. So there you go. Both the earrings are now ready. I hope you liked this tutorial, and I hope it inspires you to make your own earrings. If you liked it, please leave a comment and please consider subscribing. It will really encourage me to keep putting up more videos every week. Until next time, thank you for watching. Bye.